This is too nice. Something's gonna happen to these people, isn't it? They're gonna all die. No danger here. Don't shoot people, please. The red lights are new. I'm sure the red lights are new. Makes it far more intimidating. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to the Mandalorian Season 1, Episode 4. Now, I'm just looking forward to getting into this one because the last one felt like the end of the beginning. You had this whole storyline of the Mandalorian meeting the baby Yoda and sort of staking his claim on the thing. He fought for it, he got it back, he saved it from the weird Empire people. We also got like a brief thing just understanding about his connections with Mandalore and who he is as a person. Now, he's left that and gone somewhere who we don't even know. He has just left. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what is next for this guy. Because it feels like the last episode just kind of leaves it off. That feels like its own little story there. Because my thoughts right now is that this obviously has to be... The main villain is going to be the Empire. That's it. That little remnant of the Empire, that's going to come for the baby. That's the biggest threat. But since he's just left that behind, like, what is he going to do now? And I think that's just got me so intrigued. Like, what does he have to do? He was a bounty hunter. He's left his guild. Does he go and find a new one? All the while having to raise a child now, which is could be older than him. But yeah, I'm just excited to get into this one. But as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel to grow. If you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon. The link will be in the description. Over there, I'm uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. But with that said, let's just dive on in. Shrimp. That's interesting. There's a really nice little opening. It's just calm and nice. This is too nice. Something's gonna happen to these people, isn't it? They're gonna all die. Ah, am I right? Are they all gonna die? They're all dead. This is way too calm and nice. Peaceful village set in Star Wars. They're all dead. Oh, and the kid's the furthest one. Okay, yep. What? Well, red lasers. Who's attacking? What is this? Oh, are you two dying? I felt like you two could be dying. I gotta remember, what time is this? Because Empire is a recent thing. Could this be something? Is this them? Oh, who? No, that's not Empire. That's some other weird thing. Okay, what are they? Are they hiding under the basket? Oh, that's good. Yep, stay quiet. And destroying the droids. I take it for whatever planet this is, they'd basically be the Tusken Raiders for this planet. They're just raiders. They don't seem like an intergalactic sort of force, just a planetary force. He's so found you, hasn't he? No? Okay, stay quiet. Hasn't found you. Good. Are these two gonna live? Say they're gonna live. I feel like he's gonna turn around and shoot them. They survived. Okay, wow. But your village is kind of destroyed. Okay, that was interesting. That opening didn't even have anything to do with the Mandalorian. So what is this going to be about? Because he's just flying off somewhere. I'm assuming he's going to this planet. Maybe, but I don't get why or how yet. Could this thing accidentally just kill them both by just pushing random buttons?
Stop touching things.
Does he understand, like, instructions? Oh, he so understands. It's kind of like a cat. When you tell it not to do something, it's going to do it.
You ready to lay low and stretch your legs for a couple of months, you little womp rat? Nobody's going to find us here.
Okay, so just in hiding right now. So what do you have long-term plans yet? I want to know if he has decided to raise it. It's just laying low for a couple months. And yeah, with the people. Yay. Wait, so how long has it been? Did they just get attacked? Because they seem to be doing kind of well. Very beautiful planet.
Now listen, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to look around. Shouldn't take too long.
You're going to leave this thing unsupervised.
Now, don't touch anything.
It's going to destroy your ship.
You stay right here. You stay. Don't move.
It's not going to listen. I think it does understand what he's saying, but it's also mischievous. It's not going to listen. It's going to push buttons. This ship is going to fly away. Or it's coming with you.
What the hell? Come on.
Can it, like, move? It shuffles. Oh, this thing is just way too cute. It just shuffles along. How is it keeping up? It's just shuffling along. Oh, dear. I mean, what's stopping someone from just picking it up and running off with it? every time we see it, it is somehow ahead of the Mandalorian. How is this thing like moving? Everyone's staring at it. Oh! Is that a Loth cat? Are they? Wait. They must have moved. Like that's not on. Yeah, this place is too green for Lothal. Was that a Loth cat?
There's plenty. Can I interest you in a porringer of broth as well?
Just the one. That one over there. When did she arrive?
Oh, what?
I've seen her here for the last week or so.
What's her business here?
Oh, it could actually be another bounty hunter.
I will throw in a flagon of spotchka, just for good measure.
Lovely. Is he concerned? Because yeah, that she doesn't. I'm guessing he doesn't. Oh, she's gone. She's not a local, and you're worried that she's a bounty hunter that could be after the thing. Because everyone has fobs.
Keep an eye on the kid.
And he just has a bunch of money. Excellent, so he'll be able to take care of the child wonderfully well. But now she's gone, and she was staring daggers at them. She know how? Nah. Was she with the guild? Does he recognize her? What's the connections? How did he know to look for her? That's cool. So your helmet isn't just for protection. You can see that. So you can see footprints with your helmet. Disappearing. Up, maybe? Or she's covered him. She's around here some. Oh! Great. She's punching Beskar. Wow. Okay, very fat. And she's... Okay, both of you are still going. Is she winning? You're covered in armor! Okay, she's won. She's won. She's won. Just stop. Stalemate. Okay, that works. Just don't shoot each other. I mean, actually, no. Mando's fine. He's got a helmet. How does it get around? How is it always just there?
You want some soup?
Oh.
Saw most of my action mopping up after Endor.
Endor? Friendly? What?
Then when the imps were gone, the politics started. Protecting delegates, suppressing riots, not what I signed up for.
What is this? What? Endor? What is that? And what is she? What is... It's not bounty hunter?
I figured you'd had a fob on me. That's why I came at you so hard.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Oh, she was... So there's a bounty on her?
Unless you want to go another round. One of us is going to have to move on, and I was here first.
Ah, so you're both being hunted, and neither of them want to be tracked. But she mentioned imps, which seems like Imperial. So does that mean who she said? People get maybe protecting people, suppressing riots. Is that like after the rebellion? Who's coming here? What are you doing? Why are you coming to him? Is that him by the ship, or is other people looking at his ship?
So you think I'm some kind of mercenary?
You are a Mandalorian, right?
Or at least wearing Mandalorian armor. That is Mandalorian armor, right?
There we go. So yeah, it has to live up to what the Mandalorian idea is.
It's not enough.
Are you sure? You don't even know what the job is.
I know it's not enough. Good luck.
So not superhero. So okay. I guess he's just trying to leave, so he doesn't want the job. So he's got a good reputation from helping the pig guy, but he's not specifically a hero. That's what I'm getting from this. He won't just do it for... He has a price.
For farmers.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yes?
You have lodging.
Ah.
Absolutely.
Good. Come up and help.
Okay, so he gets the money and then a place to stay. But what about the other one? What is she gonna think of this?
Ready for round 2?
You recruiting her to help you? Does she just sleep out in the open with a fire?
Can't imagine there's anything living in these trees that an ex-shock trooper couldn't handle.
Ex-shock trooper. What's that? Is that trooper? Is that Imperial? What is she? And she doesn't look like a stormtrooper. Well, I guess she doesn't have the armor, so anyone without the armor wouldn't look like a stormtrooper. I love the vibe of this place. It's so just nice.
Looks like they're happy to see us.
Looks like.
Happy to see him, not really you two.
Please come in.
Is this the lodging? You're the one that we saw at the start.
Comfortable for you.
And you just have him at the door. He's so slow. How on earth does it keep up?
Thank you. That's very kind.
Yeah, no danger here. Don't shoot people, please.
This is my daughter, Winta. We don't get a lot of visitors around here.
It's just curiosity, not hostile. Don't shoot people.
This nice man is going to help protect us from the bad ones.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. I like this. He could be finding a purpose here. Maybe he'll feel kind of rewarded by just how the village might see him. Because he still doesn't have a plan. Like, what's the long-term plan? He has none. He's just trying to stay hidden. And this could be nice. It won't really be a lot of funding, but he can help these people. And that could be a reward in itself. We could see some growth from just bounty hunter to a actual hero. Oh, it's got a crib. Oh, no. Off this thing.
Can I feed him?
Sure.
Okay. It's not a pet, but sure.
Can I play with him?
Sure.
Sounds like they're treating it like a pet, and I kind of love it. There's just, what's the difference here? Because these people, how many aliens have they seen? Would they even know that this is a baby version of something, or would they just see it as an animal? It's just very cute.
How long has it been since you've taken that off?
Yesterday.
I mean, in front of someone else.
So he can take the thing off by himself. Good to know, so he can sleep and eat with it off.
Much older than they are.
You haven't shown your face to anyone since you were a kid?
Would he show it to the baby?
My parents were killed, and the Mandalorians took care of me.
Okay.
This is the way.
Okay, this is the way. It's good to know that he's kind of open about this. She is basically a stranger, but she's asking about it. He's not closed off. He doesn't seem to be negatively affected by his past. He's just very open and just talking. So if someone asks, he's happy to tell them. Okay, but like, you're taking it off at a window. They could see your face. How does that work? So you can do that, but that's in front of people. Unless it's children. Is it like a rule that adults can't see your face, but children can?
Something big. Sheared off those branches.
Okay, so there's a big thing, and they're on foot. Because yeah, the angle of the lasers at the start, they were pointed down. Something is up there with the ability to shoot lasers. It's a walker. They have a walker.
ATST.
Yeah.
Imperial Walker.
So is it the Empire? The Empire could be hiding out just as much as these two. The Empire's on the run, or what's left of it is, and so are you. And you found a backwater planet, and so could they.
What? Why?
Nice bedside manner.
You just told them all to leave?
That was before we knew about the ATST, the armored walker with 2 enormous guns that you knew about and didn't tell us.
Did they know about it? I mean, it never showed up out of the forest.
I understand. I do. But there are only 2 of us.
But when's the Mandalorian? He took on a tank of Jaguars. Could he take down an AT-AT or AT-ST?
I've seen that thing take out entire companies of soldiers in a matter of minutes.
Okay, so not ex-Empire. So is she ex-Rebellion then?
We're not leaving.
You cannot fight that thing.
Unless we show them how.
Can you train them to defend themselves? That'd be so cool.
We'll handle the ATST, but you gotta protect us when they come out of the woods, and I don't have to tell you how dangerous they are.
I mean, it might not be Empire. The bandits, because all we've seen is bandits. They don't really look Imperial. They could have just maybe hijacked one and are now using it. Plus, we've seen Ewoks take them out, so I don't think it should be that difficult. Like for a Mandalorian and an army of people.
I'm gonna need you to cut down trees and build barricades along these edges.
Okay, setting up defenses, amazing.
Who knows how to shoot?
Absolutely none. 1, okay. What's your past then? Only one here that knows how to shoot a gun. That's interesting.
1.
Oh, yep, use the pointy end. Okay, this is definitely good. Because yeah, you could, if you lot left, I was wondering that. Could they, if they did help them here, they'd have to stay forever. Here, they can now defend themselves, and they're free to leave. Good shot! So is she ex-Rebellion then? Because she mentioned Battle of Endor, she mentioned imps, as in, I would assume, Imperials. So what is that about? I'm assuming she fought in the Battle of Endor, then she mentioned stuff about protecting people, suppressing riots, and that's something she didn't sign up for, and then I'm guessing she left. But now she's on the run. Is that from the New Republic that she's on the run from then? Why wouldn't they just let her leave? There they are. But how do you know that this is it? This is a large planet. This could just be one. You don't know the scale of these guys. It could just be one group of bandits, but what if there's a whole lot more? And down. I love seeing this teamwork. We're actually seeing him work with someone rather than just going at it alone all the time. It's nice to know that he can work with others. And we saw him with the droid, but of course that's a droid. This is another person. What is that? It's bubbling. Excellent. Take this down in one fell swoop. But if I were you, I'd find where the ATST is, maybe hijack it before they can use it. Oh, okay, how many, and how loud are you being? I love this teamwork. They're doing it so well. But more are coming. And the explosive. You've got to get out of here. So I'm concerned about what's in the tanks, though. You're still running out of time. Can't be. Okay, no, it's just water. You're just drowning him. You need to get out. It's a tent. Blast through the wall or something. Thank you. And the whole thing down. Yay. But now where's the ATST? You did not find that.
I hope the plan worked.
There it is! Okay, so you're just drawing it out then. The red eyes are interesting. Have we seen... Oh, yep, there. Okay, it's not the huge, biggest walker. It's one of the smaller ones. That's good. That's good. That's manageable. The red lights are new. I'm sure the red lights are new. Makes it far more intimidating. So you've taken out the ground troops. Now you just need to deal with that. When you have a small army, you've taken care of that, and now it's just this thing, and against all of these people. Yep, all of them should be safe and fine. And you've set up spikes. It won't be able to walk over those, so there's only one way it can get in, and you're prepared. This is a good plan. This is a good plan. There it is. There's the red lights. I mean, wouldn't it be great if they could hijack it? Because I'm sure this village could use it very well for whatever it is they need. I love how menacing this feels. It is just like a monster.
Just a few more steps.
Come on, come on, come on. Why? How can the pilot see that?
It stopped.
That's not good. What's it doing? Because there's a pilot in there. Someone's doing it.
Get down! Get down!
What's it doing? What's it doing? What's it doing? It's seen your defenses. Okay, so they're not just mindless bandits, they're smart. Oh no, and they're attacking the houses. Where are the children? Where are your children? Where are they? Please tell me they gotta be right at the back somewhere. And there's more ground troops. It wasn't just the one tent. Ah, wait, it's moving, it's moving. Come on, go in the pond, go in the pond. Oh, you need explosives or something.
Gotta get that thing to step forward.
I'm thinking.
I love how this is making this thing feel, because I just remember seeing these things. They're always quite... After a while, they seem easy to defeat. But it's always nice just seeing them be so menacing.
Have in mind.
Give me the pulse rifle.
Okay.
I'll cover you.
Oh, that's your, like, super weapon. Oh, okay, you're in the water now, what?
Come to mama.
Come on. What? Oh, 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 oh. Marsh, maybe? Oh dear, it's so close, it's so close. Aim at the feet and maybe you can make the ground give way. You aren't going to get a shot in. Oh, yeah, okay, it's so... How can it sense how close it is to the ledge? It knows you're there. It's not going to let you have a chance to shoot. Come on, use the sticks, come on.
The faith, you hungry junk.
Come on, move, come on, come on, just slip, slip. Okay, go! One eye! And... ground gives way. Excellent. You've got it. And that thing is down for good, hopefully. Just blow it up just to be sure. There's still someone in there with a gun. Or at least they're using those guns. And shove it in. Go, run. Is the other one? Good. You're both okay? The walker's down. You guys are useless. Tide is turning. But now they're regrouping. Could they go somewhere and just... that concerns me. Hopefully they don't come back, but you never know. I like the emotion we're getting from that one character. Just seeing her, just seeing... because that's the effect the Mandalorian is having on these people. Oh no, the frog. It's gonna eat it. Yep. So it just eats any frog then? And yeah, oh dear. Oh, aww. You gave up the frog?
He's very happy here.
He is.
He seems to just be happy anyway with the Mandalorian.
So what happens if you take that thing off? They come after you and kill you?
Ask the questions, good.
You just can't ever put it back on again.
And settle down with that beautiful young widow? And raise your kid sitting here sipping spotchka?
Yeah, because it's interesting. Like, where did he get this sort of idea from?
It's too much action for a backwater town like this. Word travels fast. We might want to cycle the charts and move on.
We?
Wouldn't want to be the one who's got to tell him.
Oh, so happy.
That's no life for a kid. I did my job. He's safe. Better chance at a life.
That's all you see it as? He's a foundling. You're gonna abandon him again?
It's gonna break his little heart.
He'll get over it.
No, he won't. You saw how he looked when you left him with the Imperials. He's 50. He understands these things. Ah, Yeah, bounty hunter. Because it's still, yeah, you can't leave. That's the thing. You still have these people after him. Not you after him. He somehow is being tracked. You can't just leave him here. Because then that's going to bring even more danger to this small, tiny village.
I think it's clear he's happy here.
What about you? Are you happy here?
So the romance between these two, is this something just to, like...
We want you to stay.
Is it a romance between these two?
You can pack all this away in case there's ever trouble.
I mean, she clearly wants him to stay, but I don't know if that's a romantic thing.
He could be a child for a while. Wouldn't that be nice?
And is this sort of the thing that he's denying himself? The life that he could have, but he's following the way instead? Ah, you're waiting for it to be removed so you can take him out. And he's denying himself this.
I don't belong here, but he does.
I understand.
The cost of the way.
I will look after him as one of my own.
Beautiful. Oh no. Dead or alive? Dead. Yeah. No. That crosshair is right on his head. Yep. What happened?
Go get the kids.
It seemed fine. But see... Oh, how did you find him? Amazing. But yeah, you know he's never going to be safe here. Yeah, I think you seem to forget about that, which you really shouldn't. He's going to be tracked wherever you go.
Tracking.
The kid.
They know he's here.
And more will come.
They'll keep coming.
Yes.
I don't think that would do anything. Okay. What are they tracking with the kid? Is there like a tracking thing on him? I don't get how it works. Because they mentioned that the code or whatever was tracking his age. That means we think it's somehow tracking his DNA. How is that possible?
Well then, until our paths cross.
Till our paths cross.
I love this team. Hopefully this isn't the end of them. Yeah, look how sad everyone is now.
Thank you.
I love her character and just the weight that she carries with her. Just how much all of this is, seeing how much the Mandalorian has done for them, and yet he's still denying himself the happiness of staying here with them. I love how much it just does with her. Like, is this really the cost of the way? What is the way? What do you get out of following it that's better than this? Either there is nothing and he's just indoctrinated into the way, or it's something we have not been told yet. I mean, look how happy this all looks, yet he's still denying himself it over the way. He didn't belong there because of the Mandalorian stuff. Did that look sad? I can't tell if it looks sad or not. Okay, yeah, well, that episode was so good. I love that we're just getting an expansion on what the story is and how basically he's going to be constantly on the run to protect the kid. He can't leave it. It's his responsibility now. He's basically thrown his lot in with it to protect it. He won't be able to live with himself if he lets harm come for it because of what he's given up. His nice sort of easy life in the guild, taking care of bounties, just working, getting money, that was it. Now he's thrown that all away for the kid, and if the kid dies, what was that all for? I like that he attempted to try and find a nice life for it here, because at first it started out with just him trying to find a place to hide out and just lay low for the time being, and obviously he found even more trouble here with raiders and stuff, and I went to show that he does have a good heart. That's what we saw, because he's a bounty hunter, so it raises questions about morality, what he will do, and we've gotten to see that while in the first 3 episodes he was doing it for money, but then he found the foundling, which relates to him. So it's a more sympathetic cause. It's because it related to him that he saved Baby Yoda. And now here is something different. These people were suffering, they didn't have a lot of money, but he still chose to help them. Yes, he got lodgings out of it, but I don't think that's it. I think he does have an actual good heart behind all of that. And the lodgings was basically just the excuse he needed to help. He can't let them know that he actually is a nice person. He's got to stay all cold and steely. But deep down, he is nice and he wants to help people. And this also expanded more on, I guess, the Mandalorian lore that he seems to have, or whatever this is. I'm confused by it. I don't either. It's an actual sect of the Mandalore for orphans, because that seems like it could be an entirely different thing within itself, with how Mandalore is comprised of houses and clans, now everything's based on family and relations. If you have an orphan, that could have an entire different subset of society, and whether that's recognized or not is yet to be seen. But here, it's an actual thing. I'm trying to think, would other Mandalorians recognize this practice? That's what I'm trying to think. Would Sabine recognize this since he's an orphan? Would she be like understanding that he doesn't take his helmet off, or what would she think of it? Does she even know about this? How well known is this little thing to like Mandalorians from don't want to say actual Mandalorians, because I don't know what he is at the minute. I don't even know if he's from Mandalore or part of the Mandalorian system. Of course, he has no family and he was raised by Mandalorians, but I think that is the same as Jango, who I don't think he was even a Mandalorian either. He was adopted by Mandalore and then got the armor, had his kid, Boba Fett, who are technically Mandalorian adjacent. Is this what this is? Then that's kind of like a smaller detail. It's what the rest of the Mandalorians that we have seen from this and how they are connected to stuff. Because we get to learn more about the helmet and the consequences of it, and I guess the way, where he's not allowed to take the helmet off in front of anyone else. We don't know why, though. We know the consequences, that if he does take it off, he could never put it on again. That's obviously symbolic of saying if you remove your helmet, you're no longer a Mandalorian. But why? What is the significance of not allowing others to see your face? Is it just to embody, like, being the weapon, the warrior, the armor? Is it just to, like, be that kind of symbol? The Mandalorians don't have a face beneath them. They are just the armor. Is it meant to be like that? They're just the weapons. Because granted, in any picture or imagery that I guess would exist in Star Wars, Mandalorians would always be seen with their iconic helmets on. So anyone outside of it would just assume that a Mandalorian looks like that with the helmet. They wouldn't really, if you saw someone with, I guess, a jetpack and some of the armor but without the helmet, you wouldn't immediately identify them as a Mandalorian. Then I think the biggest thing is, what reward do you get by following the way? What do you get out of it? Because this whole episode is basically to show off what he's denying himself in order to follow the way. He denied himself like a happy life where he got to be with people and a nice community and just a very simple, beautiful life. You had someone there who seemed very romantically interested, yet he still denied that. There was children to have the baby Yoda raised in. He denied that. Of course, that one kind of had to be. He wanted that to stay. He was denying himself a lot just to follow the way. So either it's indoctrination, where he just believes the way regardless of reason or what could be at the end of it, or there's an actual reason behind it, which is somehow more worth it than this. And the only real answer we can get from this is if he actually does end up meeting another Mandalorian. And I can't say actual Mandalorian. I've got to say, like, other Mandalorian, because it's so confusing, but I love how confusing it is. He needs to go to Mandalore. That's all. What does he even know about? There's so much I need to know. Does he know about Mandalore? Does he know about, like, the Mandalorian system? What is this group? What are these people? How connected to Mandalore are they? Or are they just kind of cosplaying Mandalore at this point? Like, what is real here? Is their whole identity actually recognized through the like Mandalorian culture? But yeah, then we have the new character they introduced here. In the subtitle, I don't think she said her name, but in the subtitles it called her Kara, so I think her name is Kara. Now, they never explicitly said what her past was. Ex-shock trooper, that was it. Don't know what that means, but she mentioned stuff about Endor, going after imps and taking down, suppressing riots and protecting people. So that makes me think that she might be ex-rebellion. Sounds like she fought in the Battle of Endor. Then after everything was done, she was just told to basically become a soldier for the New Republic, maybe. And then the work that they did there was to suppress riots, apparently, which doesn't sound that great and probably not what she had in mind. So she left. That seems to be what it is. But she's on the run. Why on earth would the New Republic want her dead or alive or back? Why would they be after her? Why wouldn't you just be able to leave the thing that the New Republic sets up? It doesn't make me think well of the New Republic from this alone. But yeah, she seems like a really fun character. Love what we got to see of her here. She basically just is the purpose for showing that the Mandalorian can work with others and not everyone is out to get him. But she does seem like a good character in her on her own. I'm trying to think what she does for this show. She's basically kind of an abrupt thing that basically makes the Mandalorian question things. I think that's what her purpose is. He's basically just accepting the way, not really questioning it. She's the one that basically flat out said, why do you deny this? That's what she did. If anything, it's gonna make him start questioning things. Yeah, I loved her personality in this. Just loved seeing this ex-militant fighter back in action, still protecting people, doing the right thing even after, I guess, being scorned by the New Republic. And of course, now they're going their separate ways, but hopefully they can be reunited because they were a really good team here. I loved how efficiently they worked together, because how long did they spend with each other here? This was great teamwork over a couple days. And I guess the last realization of this is that the Mandalorian can't leave the kid. They're going to be hunting the kid. They're not going to stop. There's always going to be someone. The guild who seems to be endless. They will always recruit. Either you keep on running, or you go back to the guild and destroy it entirely so that they can't find the kid. But then they can always make more fobs. Yeah, the only way is to go after the Empire remnants itself and just destroy them. He's always going to be on the run to protect this kid. And that's basically what this episode tells you. So he's just going to have to keep moving from planet to planet, doing whatever, just to try and stay alive. And I can see him doing that for a while, but eventually he just can't. Eventually, he's going to have to be running his entire life that way. Or at least until the Empire stops. And I doubt they'll get bored. The Empire seems kind of relentless. Or he goes back, takes care of them. Because as long as these trackers are somehow out there, he's never going to be safe. To begin then, I do really like this episode, mainly because it just shows off the Mandalorian as being not just a bounty hunter, but also having a good heart. In the first 3 episodes, we get to know him kind of being the bounty hunter, workaholic, all of this stuff. But from what we know of bounty hunters is that they're guided by money and they're morally ambiguous. He mainly got a good reputation through that whole 3-episode journey because his actions had collateral damage in the sense that it freed the region that was being affected from bounty hunters because he got the baby away from it. So the pigman got a better life out of it. Then the next good thing he did was get the kid away from the Empire, going against the guild, going against being guided by money. But again, that stems from the fact that they are both orphans, both foundlings. It's that sort of thing there. It doesn't typically say if he has a good heart or not, because you can still look out for someone while being kind of a nasty person, because just because they relate to you. He could still be only guided by money in every other aspect, but if it comes to the kid who reminds him of himself, he'll do good things for it. This episode, however, shows a different side of things. They asked him for help. At first he declines because it wasn't enough money. He got what he wanted, being lodging, but I think that he's still... The job that he did, risking his life again, for money and lodging, it feels like he did do it to help them anyway. If he really wanted to leave, he still would have. It kind of seemed like he made up his mind. Kara was still there. They both needed to be in different places, but he decided to stay and recruit her to help the people. Yes, he did get what he was after out of it, but it seems pretty small in comparison to what he actually did for them. So his journey here just goes to show that he does have a good heart underneath it all, and he isn't fully guided by money. He will ask for payment, but he'll still do the right thing, even if the payment isn't enough typically. Then the baby. Of course, this didn't really develop him in any way, but it's just fun to see him. Like, I don't get how he moves around now. So he's just there, and I kind of just love when every scene that he shows up walking alongside the Mandalorian, he starts off in front of him. Whenever it cuts away and cuts back, he's somehow in front of the Mandalorian. Then the Mandalorian keeps walking and obviously overtakes the kid. How is this thing keeping up? Almost feels like, obviously it's just kind of a nitpick for me, but I just kind of find it funny because it's just always there. Can it like move extremely fast when we're not looking or something? Yeah, essentially his role in this was just to show that as long as this thing is alive, it's going to be in danger. Somehow people are tracking it that can go wherever in the universe, so nowhere will be safe. And the only way to keep it safe, is for the Mandalorian to stay with it. I think this also went to show that it is just like a kid. It's a baby, or it's around that age. Just seeing it interact with others at the same age was just nice to see. It's not like this little accessory for the Mandalorian. It's an actual child that needs this kind of community and would thrive there. It's also adding bits and pieces to its own life, seeing that it's having to give up this sort of stuff to just stay alive. Makes me wonder how this thing will grow up and what it will become, knowing how difficult its very long childhood will be. Then we have Kara. I really enjoyed her character. She was very fun. I love what she does for the Mandalorian, being that she basically highlights that he's good to work with others and just how efficient they both were. I like what Al she does for him in her being very blunt, asking the questions about the way, getting him to maybe start asking those things. Is it worth it? Giving up this life just to keep your helmet on? Because we don't know the extent of the way yet, and hopefully her asking this stuff will make him question it and let us know why he does it. And of course, looking at her as an individual, I do really like her. I think she is an ex-rebellion soldier who got roped into staying with it after the Empire had fallen, and of course it's the New Republic now. So I'm guessing everyone in the rebellion just became part of the New Republic government then, maybe, or army. So she went from just fighting for the rebellion, fighting to free the galaxy, to then being essentially what a clone trooper would have done during the Clone Wars. Not quite the best thing, and it doesn't really translate well when people are fighting for their lives to be free and then being forced to suppress people who are rioting and expressing discontent at the new status quo. So I do like what she exposes in the galaxy, that there are people that aren't happy with this change, for one, and also the people that fought for the rebellion maybe aren't as happy with how things ended up afterwards. She may even see the New Republic as just another version of the Empire, another government that's suppressing its people in order to keep order. I will also say I did really enjoy her fight scenes with the Mandalorian. All the fight scenes in this have been great, but I love just seeing hers and the Mandalorians. Like in the previous episodes, it's all been very long range. This was hand-to-hand combat, and it's just nice to see that. She was able to keep up with a guy fully in armor, which is just so cool to see. It immediately tells you how capable this soldier is, that she's able to take on a Mandalorian in hand-to-hand combat and not, I guess, hurt her own fist when punching a helmet made of Beskar. Then the village. I like what this represents in just This is what the Mandalorian is denying himself. That's what this is. It's not just that he's come here and he wants to help these people. It's not that simple. This represents the idyllic life for, I guess, anyone. Just some simple life that's tranquil, doesn't really show a downside to it, of course. It's kind of primitive, but that's kind of its only negative side. It has community, it has family, people that care for each other. It's peaceful when it's not being raided. The work seems rewarding. You can raise families here. The Yoda. This was the perfect life for the Mandalorian and the baby. But of course he denies himself it, originally for the way. Of course he had to deny it anyway because it would bring the bounty hunters there, but that's besides it. Originally he denies himself this life for his religion, or culture, or whatever it is he's practicing here. And I just think it's very powerful, especially the main woman that we follow, because she not only is just the person who's welcoming him into the village, she also expresses romantic interest. So it's not just he's denying this nice, quiet life, he's also denying himself a potential romantic relationship with someone, a closeness with someone. He is very distant and cold to other people, but this is the first time we've seen him interact with someone that actually would like to know him more and get closer, and he is just denying it. Of course he seemed tempted by it, but she basically represents another powerful force that could pull him into this nice sort of thing away from the way, yet he still turns it down. It's just very powerful, because I think anyone else would have easily just said, just thrown their lot in with them and just lived there, because this place just looks amazing. Yet he, for some reason, chooses to deny himself this and go with the way. Now, looking closely at the way, we have no clue what it is. What is it? I don't know. I guess it might, you guys probably know. But what is it? What does he get out of it? What's so worth following the way that he denies himself this beautiful life? I think this episode just highlights maybe the absurdity of it, or just how powerful the way is. It's either or. Either it's a cult where, because they never said what you get out of like taking off the helmet. We know very little. If you take off the helmet and someone sees your face, you can't put your helmet back on. That's obviously representative of if you take the helmet off, you're no longer a Mandalorian. Essentially. That makes me think the group believe that Mandalorians are only Mandalorians if they always have the helmet on, and they're just basically that symbol. Their helmets are the thing. A Mandalorian is someone who's always ready for combat, always a warrior, always dressed in their armor. They don't have any downtime or something. It's an interesting idea, because you can imagine that in the Star Wars galaxy, whenever someone's mentioning a Mandalorian, they're not thinking of just a regular person. They're thinking of someone in the armor. So these orphans, if they aren't like a direct connection to Mandalore and have sort of adopted the Mandalorian culture for themselves, they would have taken up all the Mandalorian stuff that they've seen and heard and taken it there. They would have just heard about the armor, the weapons, and gone with it. And they would have thought that they always wear them, because no one ever mentions the Mandalorian without that armor. Or there is a deeper reason to why the Mandalorian follows the way and denies himself this, being that the way is actually something, and it's actually very critical and important, and there is something at the end of it, and it is a true religion that these guys believe in. But for that to be, we need it explored far more. We need to understand like what this is. What is so important about the way? Because the religions in Star Wars, we've never really seen any. I guess you can say the Jedi is a religion, but there's kind of proven at this point. We've seen the Force Ghost, we understand the cosmic force. That's an undeniable reality in the Star Wars galaxy with how the universe works. Mandalorians may not believe it, but they are still part of the cosmic force that we know. So either the way is a culture thing or a religion thing, and if it's a culture thing, then we need to get to know some other Mandalorians who either know about it and respect it or don't know about it, and it's very confusing. I need more information on it, and I can't wait for it to go in deeper. But I love what this episode basically sets up, in that it seems to be very important, and he doesn't question it. But now he might start to. Either it's a cult that he never questioned, or it's someone else. As for what's next, it's cool to see where the story is going, and this episode just gives you a very clear picture. They're going to be on the run. There's not really sort of a peaceful life they can have with the kid being tracked. You're always going to have a bounty hunter following him. Nowhere will be safe. He will have to just keep planet hopping to refuel, to keep going, and just go somewhere else. Eventually he's going to have to get tired of it, because that's how these stories always go. And in reality, you can never just keep running. Eventually you'll get tired and someone will catch up, because this guy is one person. The guild could be infinite members. They could always keep hiring. Someone is always going to be hunting him down. So eventually he's going to have to fight the client themselves to get them to call off the bounty, or just keep on running until he can no longer run anymore. So it's going to be very interesting to see where this does go now, because it's going to be a while before I assume he's going to go after the client. It's going to be interesting to see when he finally sort of accept that he can't keep running anymore. He's gonna keep running for a while. That is certain in my mind. He wants to keep the kid safe. He doesn't really care about the client. He just wants to keep on going and make sure the kid is safe. That's it. Right now he still has the kid. He can't really go back to the client and fight them with the kid there. But we also don't know his long-term plan yet. That is something, because I don't think he even has one at the minute. He's just planet hopping right now. There's a lot left for him to do and to understand, and I'm just hoping that soon he sits down and thinks about what to do next. Can he keep running? What does he want to keep the kid around? Does he want to pass the kid off to someone else while he goes deals with the client? There's a few options out there, and right now it feels like he is a little aimless and is just running. So he is yet to figure out when to stop running, and I think that's going to be very interesting to see when that does happen. Overall, this episode was really good. I love how these episodes do feel quite small and self-contained, while also having so many details in them. Like this one exposes a lot about the way and the religion or culture of the Mandalorian. We're also bringing in a new character with world building and just what's going on with the New Republic. And I just really love what it does for the characterization of Mando, in that you can sort of see a good heart beneath him, where he is willing to accept small amounts of payment with lodging and just meet some low conditions to help people in need. He is kind of heroic, and this could be the start of a heroic journey, where maybe he accepts less for his services to help people. But yeah, this one also definitely gave us a very clear picture of where this story is going. Eventually it's going to come down to him going after the clients. It's just going to be interesting to see what their journey will be between now and then. What can he do with the kid? How can he keep him safe? How is their relationship going to grow? And alongside all of that, how can we get to know the Mandalorian more? How is this all going to sort of come together with the way and the Mandalorian culture stuff? I think I just love how much this show is doing, and it just feels quite separate, but it's coming together very nicely. But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments, and with that, I will see you in the next one for Season 1, Episode 5. See ya!